Welcome to Kudzu's World of Adventure. I'm Jack.
I'm Justin.
And this is Kudzu.
Today's our survival special.
That means we're going to have to spend the night out here in the Appalachian Mountains in Tennessee using only this knife and whatever we can fit on the pouch in front of it in a little Altoids tin. Now, you'll notice that we're also carrying water, but that's for Kudzu, and so is all this stuff that Kudzu's carrying. We only have access to our knives and what's in the kit. So let's see if we can make it all night.
Let's take a look at our gear.
This is my knife. It's the SE6 by SE Knives. It means it has a 6-inch blade. It's made of carbon steel, like the SE machete from episode 2. It's got a micarta handle. Now, it all comes on this sheath and pouch. So inside the pouch, we've got the little tin. This is our survival kit. We've got some basic stuff in here. We've got a smaller knife, fire starter, some tinder, rope, cord, fishing kit, compass, stuff like that. And because we don't have anything to eat except what we can find, we've stuffed every spare space with pecans.
And this is my knife, the SE5. It also has a carbon blade and micarta handle, except this one has a window breaker on the end of the handle, and it's a 5-inch blade. It's the only difference. Now I have my survival kit here. I have a bit of matches on the top right here and a striker, and then on the inside I have a Victorinox, some stuff to start a fire with, like cotton balls, and some Claritin, a survival whistle, and some heavy-duty tin foil.
This is Kudzu's knife, the SE Azula. It's a small frame-handled carbon knife, just like ours and made by the same company. This is Kudzu. As you can see, he's wearing the Mountain Smith pack that we reviewed in episode 4. And he's carrying stuff like water, food, and some blankets for him, but that we won't be able to use. It wasn't long before he stopped and refused to carry it.
We are carrying Kudzu's stuff, but at least we were headed down the mountain to where we hoped to find a creek.
We eventually made it to the creek. Okay, right now we're going to try to do some crawdad hunting. Get out of here, Kudzu. We're going to try to hunt some crawdads to eat. The way you do that, if you're not from Tennessee, is slowly lift up rocks and check under them, because that's where they like to live. Justin is standing by, ready to grab one if it's under here. There's one. That's it. Faster. Got him. You got him?
Yeah, I got him.
We got ourselves a crawdad. Alright. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We kept hunting for more. Yep. He's got an exoskeleton. Alright, I think I've killed the crawdad. No.
He's moving a little bit. Maybe he's just dying. There you go, his chest.
Alright, right now we're cutting down these, sort of palm trees. We're not sure what they are, but the wood is really soft and pliable, and we think they'd be really good to weave into a roof or a shelter once we get to the place where we're going to build it. So, chopping it down with my knife, which is working very well, considering it's only got a 6-inch blade. But the handle is such that it's got this belly right here. You can move your hand down to really chop with a lot of weight.
We kept on collecting wood.
It would have been much harder without the handle on the SE.
It could even take down small trees.
Alright, now I'm just collecting some of the sticks we found down here, and I'm wrapping them up in Kudzu's leash so we can carry them over the side of this mountain up to where we're going to camp. We're going to try to build our shelter. It was July, and the heat was almost unbearable. Alright, we've stopped here in this little cave where Kudzu can cool down in the sand here. And to make things a bit more interesting, we brought along Nature Valley granola bars, 2 little peanut butter granola bar sticks. We're going to try to not eat it, instead eat only the things we found out here, because the idea is we're surviving using only this. So far we have the 2 crawdads. We're going to try to get some plants and stuff to boil and eat, but this is completely sealed all the way around, so let's see if it stays that way until the end.
We were all thirsty, except Kudzu.
It's really hot out. He got all the water, but he was still feeling the effects of the heat.
Just as we began to feel severely dehydrated, we found a pure creek near the top of the mountain.
Alright, we took a short rest when we reached the road here, which is what we're on now. And managed to fill up the water from the creek. So we've got a little bit more because Kudzu was getting pretty overheated. We're still pretty thirsty because we've only been drinking what we could find, and we're not using this container. We're just saving that for Kudzu. And we are really hungry, so just as soon as we can get down the mountain, set up camp, and cook those crawdads and some plants we find, then sooner the better. When we did get there, we immediately started on the shelter.
We found some poles that we're going to help build the shelter with, and once again, the chopping power of the SE just can't be matched by any other knife.
Alright, we finally made it down the hill, down the mountain really. We decided to use the sticks we carried to camp here against this Kudzu wall. We're going to sort of build a shelter coming out of it, and we're going to camp there. So we're going to go ahead and try to cut as much of the stuff down as we can before starting to build. Well, so far this is what our shelter looks like. It's basically 2 very long pine poles, the ones we were cutting earlier, plus all the wood we brought from the top. It's all held together with these zip ties that we had in our sheath on the back here, and that's really the best way to tie things together. It works a whole lot better than rope, and it doesn't take as much. So right now I'm going to try to dig a fire pit so we can start cooking, and it's still pretty early, but we're going to need to get moving if we're going to try to get everything done before dark. So now it's time for the fun part of starting a fire. We've collected some kindling that we're going to use in the pit, and we're going to use actually most of our fire starting on this one attempt, so it pretty much has to work if we're going to eat dinner. So I'm going to put, first of all, this wet fire starter, which works very well and lasts for a very long time. And then I'm also going to throw in one of these Adventure Medical Kits, Tinder Quick oily cotton things. You always have to remember to spread these out before they use them, or they won't be as effective. It seems to have lit the tinder.
We had a good fire going soon.
An early attempt at making a pot out of some aluminum foil on a stick failed miserably, so we resorted to cooking the crawdad in the actual survival tin itself. Just going to lay him in the survival tin itself with some water and close him up.
We think it's cooked long enough, so we took it out of the fire and poured some cool water on it, and now let's open it up.
Aha! Perfect. Look at that. That looks delicious. We cut the tail off, and this is by far the best part, is the lobster tail. So let's eat up.
How's it taste?
It's a bit well done. We probably could have taken it out a bit sooner, but it tastes great actually. Here.
It tastes like really overcooked seafood, yeah.
That is also not great, but definitely overcooked, but it's definitely better than undercooked. So overall, that's a pretty good dinner for what we've got out here, and it's still pretty early, so I guess we're just going to go ahead and start freezing for the night and huddle into our shelter a bit early. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, we just woke up, if you could call it that. We were pretty much awake all night, just couldn't sleep. It's not very comfortable here in this kudzu and dirt, but at least Kudzu himself was happy. He slept very soundly, as usual. But the good thing is, we're headed out soon. We're going to be heading back to the gate. Hopefully getting picked up. Kudzu. Calm down. Calm down, Kudzu. Kudzu.
We had survived, but more importantly, we didn't eat the granola bar.
Thanks for watching Kudzu's World of Adventure.
Good night.